And I think given that AI is coming into the picture so much, there definitely needs, and this is something which I would love your view on. Do we need to start looking at how do we even certify developers? People who are building the
Yeah.
solution. How do we make sure that these people are certified to safely work with AI applications?
Yeah.
And even if they are vibe coding or anything like that, they're at least doing it in the right way. They are putting the right kind of safeguards
Yeah.
in place.
I think it's probably vetting the models as well. So you're using OpenAI or Anthropic, you know they're going to be at a different quality than some open source one you've downloaded from like Hugging Face, which you don't know how it's built, what it's doing. So that level is just a bit of vetting that you need to do on your own. Working with developers, I don't know how you would certify the developers or who would certify what that body is, because as soon as you bring in the body like that, they're going to end up being behind. So in the last 6 months, AI has drastically changed how we're coding.
True.
How long would it take that body to catch up to what's happened? And it might be a couple of years. Like things work slow when you start bringing in regulation. So I'm not sure what that certification would look like.
So now, what does the future look like? What do you think? Let's throw our imaginations wild.
I wish I knew. I try and keep up with as much of this news as possible. So I've started a process internally where every bit of content I'm watching on YouTube and podcasts, I'm sharing with the team through like a weekly summary. I've got an AI process to help me automate that, just so I can try to keep on top.
I should sign up for that.
Yeah, there's a video released every Monday. It's an AI-generated script. I just read it, and this is what I learned, and I add my insights. But through that process over the past 8 weeks, I've seen a lot of people from, so the CEO of Anthropic, Sam Altman from OpenAI, and a few others in the industry talking about, all right, we may be in 5 years, coding is going to look completely different. It might not be coding, you're just reviewing code. And now you've taken away sort of like the fun part of the job.
Yeah.
So as a developer, the coding and creating something is the fun part. The reviewing is the boring part.
Yeah.
But now we're offloading like the part that the developers enjoy and forcing everyone to be reviewers. So there may not be developers, it may move to that space. And maybe you're more an engineer than a developer, where you're planning and coordinating agents and designing what needs to be built.
Yeah.
Because to me, the design is the fun part, not the coding.
Yes.
The coding is just where you actualize what you've envisioned. There may be, all of that may go away, and we may have agents that just do everything. So you're working with a team of 20 or 30 AI agents that are doing everything. If you asked me in December what I thought the future would look like, I wouldn't even be talking like this now, because the models weren't at a point where they could write very good code. I think in December it was Claude 3.7 was released.
Okay.
And that's when everything sort of changed. And now there's a new best coding model every week. So that is now, it's hard to predict I can't tell you what's going to happen next week in this space, let alone in the future, but there is going to be a change.